mic out here. Oh, baby. Take the mic, baby. Here we go. Good morning.
Good morning.
How's it going?
Ooh. Coach, what has you feeling optimistic right now?
One more time.
What has you feeling optimistic right now?
We got a chance to practice and get better, and our guys have been working really hard, and seeing the improvement that we made in the chase really have me excited about today, and seeing our guys translate that onto the football field.
Willie, what specifically about the chase did you like that makes you think there's improvement and going in the right direction?
Well, I think first and foremost, everyone knew what to expect, and I think when you know what to expect and how to do things, you can do it a lot better, and you saw that out of our guys this spring, and just the competitive level was so much higher than what it was last year this time, and I think a lot of that have to do with understanding on what you're doing.
What would you say are some of the top priorities that you have or biggest things that you're looking for just overall in spring camp?
I think overall, like I mentioned before, we got to create competitive depth. When we get out of here, we got to have depth at every football position on our field, and then just continue to get better in areas that we were bad at last year. And you do that by one day at a time, and making sure that we got the right people in the right places so that we can execute like we need to.
Would you make any changes on assignments? Because I know you have Coach Kelly and Coach Dugans, and you have any other changes on that?
Yeah, Coach Snyder is going to coach our special team and help out with linebackers. Coach Kelly is going to be our recruiting coordinator, and Coach Dugans coaching our receiver.
Does that mean you guys have another full-time?
No. We tried to get a waiver with Coach Kelly, and unfortunately the waiver didn't come through for us for moving them off the field. If that happens, then a couple of our players will be ineligible. It's one of those unintended consequences. We thought we'll get the waiver considering the fact that Coach Kelly had been with me at 2 other spots, and not just out of high school, but unfortunately that rule didn't apply to him too. So
he's like your 10th assistant, but he'll be off the field then?
Right.
With regards to Coach Kelly, are you guys appealing that decision, or is it buried?
No, we went through all that, and the waiver didn't come through for Coach, but we'll be fine.
Speaking of waivers, Jordan Travis, any update with possibility for him?
We're still waiting on that too. Hopefully that come through.
Speaking of the quarterback situation, so James Blackman last year, he was somebody that kind of figured out that he wasn't going to play much. What did you see from him, as far as maintaining a positive mentality and kind of staying upbeat and not getting too down, I think?
James just being James. He's always enthusiastic. He loves his teammates, and he always having a positive attitude on things. And I think when you're that way, then you can achieve a lot of things that you want. And I think those things are starting to come his way. And I think that's a big part of being successful too. Sometimes you can be impatient. And that patience is the hardest thing to do. Like I always tell our guys, as long as there's progress while you're being patient, then you're headed in the right direction. And we've seen the progress, and like I say, he's been patient, and he's going to continue to work.
What will you be looking from him these next 4 weeks?
To get better, understand what we're doing offensively, and try to run our offense to the best, but compete every single day and work every single day to get better.
Talk about competitive depth at that position. You got a guy with his experience, and then guys who can't match that experience. How do you kind of create that, and are you confident that
reps,
you embrace that?
Reps. Guys got to get reps, and we got to put them in position to be able to show us what they can do, and we got to do a good job of that in practice and in scrimmages, and allowing our guys to go out and just play, and that's going to be really important for us as we go into spring ball. Is just developing talent that we have on our football team.
Are you confident that James can sort of resist the temptation to feel like he's accomplished something and still kind of drive himself?
Yeah, if you know James, I don't think James is going to feel accomplished about anything. If you understand James and where James come from and how he was raised, I don't think he'll be accomplished with anything. Feel accomplished about anything. He's going to go out and work and be who he is, be a great teammate and compete, and try to help us win ball games.
What do you think you have with Randy Clements now as your offensive line coach?
Well, you have a guy that's familiar with our coordinator and understand where they're on the same page with what we're doing. That always helps when everybody's on the same page And so you got a guy with experience in this offense, and you hope, not necessarily hope, you know that it should be a seamless transition. With the good thing about it is, again, it's not a lot of different from what we do. Is how we go about teaching it, and those guys will work together, and I think they'll teach it well.
Is the terminology much different?
Yeah, it is, but it's simple. It's just different. They just go about doing it different. Same place, we just call them a little different and go about doing it differently.
Have the guys had time? They've already been working on that?
Yeah, they have been, and they're excited about it. They call me up and tell me that they're working on this, they like that, and again, I'm excited, ready to see some of the work that they've been putting in on their own. I'm ready to see them go out there and do it today.
What are some of the little things that you'll be looking for from your players that not only show that they're getting better, but the culture that you want is being created?
Well, one, discipline. We got to be disciplined in our assignment and our techniques and what we're doing, and we can't. It can't be anything other than that. You got to do it the way that we want you to do it, and we got to look for those little things from our guys each and every day.
With the offensive staff changes, does that mean there's a healthy amount of install, or is there a good amount of carryover?
Again, the difference is the terminology, and the way we go about operating. So that's the part that we got to get our guys up to date with, and I don't think we're going to. I shouldn't say I don't think we're not going to put the whole playbook in spring ball. We're going to find things that we can get really good at and do that.
But you don't feel like you're hitting the reset button as far as getting the offense going?
No, not at all. Again, a lot of the things we did offensively, it came from what Baylor was doing. When Coach Brown was there at Baylor, so I don't think you'll see a complete different. Again, the way we go about operating things are totally different than what we did last year.
So is that important to have that kind of continuity?
Absolutely.
You have had a couple of changes.
Absolutely.
In a row?
It was a big reason why we hired him. And not only is it similar, he's had success everywhere he's been doing it. So again, I think that's going to help the transition that better.
Is
Got time for one more guy.
Coach Kelly being recruiting coordinator, is that just an emphasis on recruiting is so important?
It is, and recruiting has changed. You look at it. You look at the transfer portal. You're recruiting a lot of people. You're recruiting the portal. You're recruiting high school kids. You're recruiting your own team. Things are different now. So I always say change is the only constant we have. So you got to change, and you got to work with it. I appreciate you all, and good to see you again. Have a great spring.
If you want.